welcome back to Eastern Plains of Colorado, here at McCaffrey Farms. It's a little windy out, but overall it's a nice day. We're moving a combine around. We might actually go try some Milo, because we kind of took a sample in. It wasn't a great sample, so we're gonna take it down, try a sample, see what it's like. I don't know, might get to cut Milo this weekend. Alright, so real quick, I'm going to take a picture of this because this is kind of what you can set stuff off. We'll look at this and then try and get the sieve set up real quick. From there, once the fuel gets full, we can start heading down there. Doing right now is there's some plates that go underneath the vertical auger going into the unload auger that we're putting in. We take those out whenever we're not doing anything. That way when it rains, the water drains out of the bin. So we gotta get those put in before we start doing anything, because all the grain is just gonna go everywhere. But fuel's good. We kind of got the sieves and everything set. Then once we turn the rotor and everything on, then we can adjust the speeds and stuff. And then we'll cut a sample and take it into the co-op. I don't know if this has been in on a video yet because I'm a little behind on editing right now. But we have purchased a 9770, and why aren't we using that? Well, as you can see, there's no header on it. We are trying to sell this one and help get a header for that one. We've got a couple ideas what we might try and follow through on. As of right now, we still have a header for this. It's not all the Milo. There's only really going to be 4 fields that we will do. It's just going to be easier to take this down and do it. We don't even know if it's actually going to be dry enough yet. We kind of hand shelled some, but we didn't have enough, and so it tested dry enough, but before we get all gung-ho, we want to actually cut a decent sample of ours, so that's why we're taking the combine down. I kind of hope we can cut some, because that would be awesome. I wasn't expecting to come home this weekend and do a harvest video, but if I can, sweet. So we'll get this down there and cut a sample, and we'll see. Today is Saturday, September 25th. It is a little earlier than what we have before normally, but it's just because it's been a drier year. Some of it looks good, some of it doesn't look quite as good. We changed a couple things. We don't know what exactly is the cause of it, because we changed 2 or 3 things, but we have a few ideas of what we want to do different next year, and hopefully that'll be better. A few people we talked to, one of the neighbors said he cut back a little bit on the rate, and his Milo looks pretty good, so we're kind of wondering if that was part of our problem. I don't know. Like I said, changed too many things, so it is what it is. Next year hopefully it'll be better, but maybe we'll get to cut a couple acres of Milo this weekend, and I can at least get one fall harvest video for you guys. So the fields that we're going to be going to are what we call section 5 and 8, because that's what section they are. They're actually basically straight south of us right now, about a mile. It'd be a lot nicer if we could just go straight that way, but there's no roads, no actual roads going to it, so we have to go from the road we just got off of a mile to the next road, and then a little over a mile south, and then there's trails there that's about a mile long that goes to those fields. So to go half a mile the mile we need to, we got to go about about 2.5. It's always fun, especially in a combine, but it's not bad. The trails are pretty decent, so it doesn't take too long. We are going by some of our wheat. There's about 90 acres here. This is what we call the county line. It's a little bit bigger because of the correction lines and everything, but we did wheat on the dry land portion of it. It's all coming up good. All the wheat's looking really good. Corn's looking decent. We'll be going by here soon. It's not got a whole lot of green left in it, so it's not too far off. I'm not real sure. We haven't ever like hand shelled any and gotten a sample, but it's pretty close. It's pretty dang yellow. I know we had some hail kind of hit this, and so it stripped all the leaves off, and then we had some wind, and so at this stage, some of the other corn, that's what it looks like. All the green is the leaves, and so where we don't have a whole lot of leaves left, we don't have a whole lot of green. But I can't imagine it's real close yet. I don't know, but it sure does look pretty good. Hopefully it's good. That would be nice, but it'll still be a little while yet before we do anything with that, I'm sure. Maybe next weekend. That would be nice. I'd come home for that again. But yeah, it's pretty tall, right under the trusses of the sprinkler. Some spots it even kind of goes up above them, so it's some pretty decent looking corn. Not too bad for the first time in 8 or 10 years. I can't remember last time we grew corn, but yeah, hopefully that happens on a weekend. I'd like to get a video of that, but we'll see. Anyways, more driving, almost there. All right, someone met us in at the co-op to test that sample for us, and we're kind of shocked. It is 11 moisture and 58.8 test weight. The target test weight for Milo is 56, so that's pretty dang good. So I'm gonna check the oil on this. I think Dad's gonna air up the tires on the tractor and then put some fuel in that. We'll have to put fuel in this, so we'll hook up to that and try and get a little bit cut. Where tomorrow's gonna be Sunday, the co-op isn't gonna be open. It's a little low, but still pretty good. The co-op isn't actually gonna be open, but she did say that if it'd help us get a couple more loads cut, get a little bit more cut, they wouldn't be afraid to have one of the guys come in and dump a load for us, which is really nice because we can get a decent amount done. It'd be nice if we can get most of the truckload tonight, but it's already getting kind of close to, it's a little after 2:30, so it'd be nice if we get most of this done, most of a truckload cut. But we are going to church tonight, so we'll have to leave here by 6. So I don't know if we could get a full truckload done because we just have one combine, but it'd be nice to at least get some, and then we go down in the morning and get it cut right away, and then that would leave us open to get 2 truckloads done at least, and then 800 bushel on the grain cart. So that would be nice. Once I help Dad get the grain cart hooked up, I'll take the pickup down and start cutting some. So in that way, just get more cut a little quicker. I don't know what's going on with these tires, because now both of them are starting to go flat. It's annoying. The one's getting clear flat. I don't know what happened to them that just made them do that. It's not really a fast leak, but it's annoying. Take this over to where the grain cart is, and we'll get it hooked up. We are gonna have to take this adapter off because that's a small 1000 for the swapper, and this is a big 1000. So we're gonna take that off to hook that up. Otherwise, I think everything else is ready to go. All right, we got the grain cart hooked up. Dad's doing the hoses right now, and then I'm gonna get in the semi and head down there and just start cutting, see how much we can do, and then eventually somehow we'll get a pickup down there to where we can be able to leave when we need to. All right, I'm here at the field. I'll start the combine up. First things first, I'm gonna walk out where we tested it, and I'm just gonna look over it and see if we were throwing a bunch over, because if not, Dad wants to turn the air up some. There's still a little bit of trash in it. If we're not throwing a whole lot over, we are gonna increase the air, maybe get it to clean a little bit better, and then I'll knock out the turn rows on this side and then go down, and then maybe we can start actually cutting into the field while Dad makes his way down here with the grain cart. First pick going into the truck. Dad is just over there behind my mirror, so he's about here. It didn't do too bad. I went down and back in it. I think it had the window covered, so it's decent. It's hard to put an average out right now, but it's not fantastic, but it's not the worst Milo we've cut. Like I said, there's just a few things that we changed that we probably shouldn't have, and then we didn't have the most rain. Not saying it's all because of that, but it probably could have been better. But for now, we're just gonna have to take it and hope we can do better next year, and maybe go back to a few of the things we used to do. But this field anyways, it's not bad. It looks like it should do decent. The field just north of here doesn't look terrible either. Then the two south fields on 21, we had problems with the chemical on that. It didn't activate right. So the north field isn't quite as good as these ones, and then the south field's really bad. I don't know what happened, but it kind of sucks. Anyways, we're gonna keep cutting. We still got a little bit of time. Maybe we get a couple 100 bushel cut at least, and then finish the truck off in the morning. Mom's just getting here. Dad's unloading the last little bit on the grain cart. Already got a decent amount cut, but I think the front hopper's already full, so it's not doing terrible. Dad just got done. I don't know how much he got on the back. I want to say we're not quite half done yet, and I think it's getting better as we get to the south side. So hopefully that's the case. Alright, we are back. We are going to try and get this field finished up. We don't think we're going to quite get 2 loads off of this, which isn't bad. We're hoping this makes about 30 bushel an acre, and that's about 1,600 bushel, I think. we already got a decent amount on the back, and we're still not quite halfway done. So I think if we can get the truck full and get a decent amount on the grain cart, it should be right about there. But it is kind of getting better as we get farther south in the field, so hopefully it gets a little bit better and it surprises us a little bit. But we are going to get this knocked out and then go from there. Dad talked to the co-op and we told them not to worry about it since they're not going to actually be open. It's not going to be a huge deal if we don't quite get this field done. We didn't think it was worth it for them to have to come in and do a special load just for us. So we're gonna see how much of this we can get knocked out real quick. I'm working on the last round. I just got to go down and back each time, and then I'm only taking 8 rows either way because there should be 8 rows over there. It should be making around 30 because I think the truck's been full for a little while. There's already a decent amount on the grain cart. It should all fit on the grain cart. We'll just have to see. And then hopefully where it's a little bit heavier, that means there's more on the truck and grain cart, but we'll just have to see. There's been some spots out here that are pretty decent, and then there's been some spots that's not that great. But the first 56-ish acres should be done here in a little bit. Then I don't know how much else of the Milo I'm gonna get to help on. I hope I get to come home some when we start using the 9770. I got this first field done, so now I'll put the rest on the grain cart. I'm not too shy of being halfway full, so the grain cart should be decently full. And then I'll tarp the grain cart, tarp the truck, and I'll head home as well. Still a little bit of room back there, and could have piled it a little higher, but that's a pretty decent load there on the grain cart. And it looks like the truck is still fairly full as well, so all in all, I say we should be somewhat close to 30. I believe this is 56 acres, and I think to get 30 on 56 acres, I want to say that's somewhere in the range of 1,600. If we could have just shy of 1,000 on the semi, and then with as full as that is, hopefully that would kind of make up the difference and get right to 1,500 or 1,600, and then that would be pretty nice for this field. Like I said, this one's pretty good. The one on section 5 just north of here, it looks decent, but I know the west half isn't quite as good. There's a few more spots where it didn't head out, which sucks, but it is what it is. We'll just have to hope that some of the spots where it is headed out, some bigger, thicker heads, and it will kind of help bump the average up. I don't know. We'll have to see. But for now, Milo harvest is a go. It'll be a little bit before the later planted stuff will be done, but fall harvest is good to go. And then hopefully be nice if next Saturday come home and we can pick corn. I can get a video of that, but we'll just have to see. So let's get the truck and grain cart tarped and head home. All right, I'm gonna head home. I got my part done. Like I said, hopefully I can at least get a corn harvest video and maybe one more Milo video. We'll have to see. It did decent. Like I said, hopefully it'll hit the 30 mark, but for now that's gonna be all. And hopefully I can come home a little next weekend, maybe the weekend after that, get more. But as for now, that's gonna be all for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying my videos. Otherwise, we'll see you later.